the basement.
Oh,
Well, and Scott Pierce has been working on a funny voice that he'd like to share with you all.
I don't have a funny voice.
that is really good, dude.
Is that
doesn't
Ariana
sound like
Huffington?
you.
That's my favorite.
Pretty funny.
Big
It's a
improvement
pretty
then.
girl.
Is that
Really funny.
Is that a character you're working
I
on?
don't know.
That's how he's
Really,
always-
really funny though.
His real voice is the fake voice, and this is actually what Scott sounds
The
like.
big reveal. There's his real voice.
I thought that was his new character, Dying Man. I call him Dying
Shannon.
Yeah, I can say that's mine.
Sorry.
All right, let's thank the sponsors, and then we'll get right to it here.
Okay, thanks, sponsors.
I want to thank, of course, Dr. Volt's Comic Connection.
Big ups.
2043 East, 3300 South. 10% disc off of purchases over $20 if you have a hold, and a hold is free.
Woot.
Go and see them, guys. They're good guys. Also, the North American Discworld Convention.
Terry Pratchett?
If you're a fan of the Terry Pratchett, he is going to be the main guest speaker there.
Oh, he's going to be there?
He's going to be there.
I still don't know
That's
what
pretty
that
big deal.
means.
Yeah.
Discworld. What does it mean?
Discworld
Discworld
is
is
a
a
series
series
of
of books by Larry Niven.
Oh, okay.
And,
No, by Terry Pratchett.
Terry
Yeah,
Pratchett.
Terry Pratchett.
Why do I have
Yes.
Larry Niven stuck in my head?
You're thinking Ringworld.
I am thinking Ringworld. I'm an idiot.
And they're actually really cool books.
Yes,
Their
sir.
terrible
Quite a few
villain
of them.
ringworm.
Now,
Love Terry Pratchett.
Now tell Scott the plot, because it's like
Well, it's 38 books long.
God. I'm so stupid. I've read all of these.
God,
This is Rincewind the Wizard.
Rincewind, exactly.
Yeah, the idiot
Thir-
wizard.
38 books long, and it takes place on this world. It's a flat disc sitting atop the backs of 4 elephants. Which
That's
is
on the back of a giant
on the
cosmic
back of a
turtle.
giant turtle, the great Atuin.
Yeah.
And it orbits around the sun.
And they're
He
funny.
must be on a shitload of drugs.
No,
that's what I said.
Discworld books are they're great.
And
Does he have some sort of horrible disease now?
I don't know.
Terry Pratchett, he's got a degenerative mental
Well, you can go and
illness.
ask him.
That's
Go
gonna make
to-
the convention. Awesome.
Go to nadwcon.org.
Yeah, where's it going to be at? Do we know?
Michigan?
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Oh,
Wisconsin.
holy crap. And they're sponsoring this
Yeah.
Dog and
Yeah.
Pony show?
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Wow.
And if you guys, if any of you want to go, we can make that happen. Just so you
They've
know.
made a,
God, you know
they've
what? My
made a
wife would
couple
love
of
to go to that.
Would you?
they've made a couple of
All right.
movies off of Discworld books. They've done The Hogfather, which was great,
Yep.
and
There's
The
been
Color
some-
Magic was
Some
done pretty
radio
good.
shows
Yeah.
and
Eric Idle
I mean,
did the
it's-
voice of Death.
Yep.
Yeah, great stuff.
We could ever go cover it, because yeah,
Well,
the
first-
guy behind this offered, John.
First Monday in February, huh? Let me see if
We'll
we
see.
can make that happen.
First Monday in February?
No, it's
That's
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
It's in July or
Oh,
something.
in July.
Yeah, it's this summer.
June or July.
So if Terry Pratchett's
I think we
actually
could probably
be
do
there,
this.
this is
Yeah.
a big deal, very
Yeah.
big deal.
Yeah.
It is. All right, so there's that. Also, secretcompasscollectibles.com.
We'd tell you what's on there.
But it's a secret.
I hear you can get a replica of Tony Stark's briefcase.
Well,
from
yeah,
Iron Man 2.
yeah. There's that.
I have a down payment
Listen,
on Robert Downey Jr.
I was going to say, if you
An android of Robert Downey Jr.
if you are if you have a problem, maybe you shouldn't go to secretcompasscollectibles.com because you will be there a long time
I will not go.
and drooling. All
They
right,
got good stuff.
Where is it?
they got some really good stuff.
It's a secret.
It's on the internet.
It's the internets, honey.
Interwebs.
Speaking of the internet's, PC laptops. Thank you, Dan Young, for making the show happen.
And thank you for
Oh,
making it so
Danny
I can go on
boy.
stumbledupon.com again.
Yes, PClaptops.com.
I think
All
I've
right.
been down this road.
Let's introduce the panel.
Oh, what is going on with Pierce?
I don't know, man. He's
dying.
weird today. Scott Pierce, TV critic.
You gotta get out of that character. Get out of that character.
TV critic, Salt Lake Tribune.
Yay for the Salt Lake Tribune.
Goofball.
Yes.
It's high as a kite, everybody. Goofball.
Eyes a guy, goofball.
I don't know
little funny,
I don't know what's wrong with him. Let's see. Then Shannon Barneson.
Dead
Yay!
Dead Man Walking.
Pub Quizzer every Wednesday. Lucky
I
13.
still like participant.
8 o'clock.
Participants.
Yay, participants.
Loud asshole on show.
Excuse me. On show?
Jimmy Martin, slugmag.com. Also
Howdy
the big
do.
movie mouth off.
Yay!
Film critic. And also a film critic for the world, Jeff Weiss.
Yay!
MSN's Parallel Universe.
MSN's Parallel Universe. And, of course, Lee
Didn't
George
you used
Cade.
to work at a parallel universe? I'm sorry. Yay for Lee George Cade.
That's all right, Scott.
I'm sorry.
Your dream to come home too. Grimleys.com. We can make anything. Just check it out.
You will see them all there.
Yes, you will.
All right. Let's. Oh, and of course, a designated driver of the Geek Show podcast.
T.
Triple T.
Triple T.
What is that? What is that ring you're wearing?
And
Green Lantern ring. Come on. Do you want to see it?
There's a Green Lantern ring next to a can of Mellow Yellow.
Yeah, see, I've conquered my fears.
Oh, my
and
God.
I don't need to worry about the color yellow.
That was a
anymore.
collectible item. I don't know
Also-
why you're drinking that. Oh shit.
Fantasy
12 pack outside of collectible items. Then.
fantasy made flesh right here, Carrie Jackson.
Oh,
Oh, hey, it's
Yay!
Gary Jackson.
Jackson.
of course, x96.com, Monday through Friday, 6 to 10. That's all I ask.
That's all he asks.
Let's see. I got a ton of stuff here.
Ton.
Ender's Game.
Eh,
Anyone?
not as cool
Oh,
as
yeah.
Discworld.
I saw a
That's
fake
good-
trailer
good
of that
book.
one recently.
I like that book.
I hear a Mormon wrote it.
Orson Scott Card.
Is he more?
yes, he is.
A homophobic Mormon.
Is he now?
Orson Scott Card. I'm sorry. Anything. Ugh. Move on. Move on.
Wait,
Really?
Wait, Have you guys read his Iron Man stuff?
I'm not going to read
His
anything he
I
does.
did read his Iron Man mythology of the creation
Yeah.
of the youth of Tony Stark. And it was pretty good. He's a
liked
good
it.
writer.
Yeah.
There's
Do you
no
know
getting
how
around
we
it.
kid about Shannon being a bigot? It's not a joke with Orson Scott Card.
Yeah.
Really?
No, Orson's the Ender's books are good. They're good
Okay.
sci-fi.
Bigot.
But he's
let me just quickly say that
Yeah.
they're making a movie.
Horrible
Okay.
human
I've been
being.
saying that for like 15
No,
years.
they
Yeah.
have been
It is-
saying that
it's
for
on-
15.
it's
It is
on
for
for
real.
sure.
It is for real. This time.
We
At one point,
promise.
the kid from Sixth Sense was going to be playing it.
Yeah.
Um,
Haley Joel Osment.
The script by Gavin Hood, producers Alec Kurtzman, Roberto Orci, and Gigi Pritzker.
Excuse me.
It's being shopped around. It's going to happen. It will happen. And if you read the plot, you're surprised that it hasn't happened yet.
The nice part is if they follow Orson Scott Card's screenplay, there will be no ethnicities and there will be no gay people. So,
So that means
No, the gay people will be horribly murdered.
yeah,
probably.
at the very beginning.
But although I love those producers because they, of course, brought us the new Star Trek, and they're bringing us the new Hawaii Five-0, which even when I sit there and think this is dumb, I greatly enjoy it.
It's here's the plot, in case you don't, and I don't know because I've not read his stuff. Earth is under attack by an insect-like race. Mankind has created a battle school to train fighting forces. In this environment enters Edgar Wiggin, a kid who is tormented by bullies and an older brother, but proves to be a master at the three-dimensional zero-gravity laser tag type game that sets him on a path to the possible savior of the human race.
Kind of sounds like Starship Troopers.
This game is you're actually controlling this armada out in space
Well,
in this
there's
virtual world.
two
so-
games in the book. You have the one where it's like a real-time strategy, and then you have the one where it's the laser tag.
And Marvel also did a.
Some adaptations, and by the way, our good friend Jake Black actually wrote some of the issues.
Oh,
Oh,
We
yeah.
love Jake Black.
yes, we do.
He's a great guy.
Jake's a
I'm
good
working
guy.
on a movie about this snotty, bigoted sci-fi writer
Yep.
who is overpaid to write a column for the Voldemort News, which gives him a forum to express his homophobia and horrible bigotry.
What's it called?
It's called "Let's Kill Orson Scott Card."
Oh,
But we're going to change the name to Morrison Starred.
Yeah, that way we don't get sued.
That way, no one will
tell.
know.
Yeah, no one will know.
See,
And
I
he'll
had-
be and in the TV series he'll be played by William Shatner, so everyone will love him.
That's right. See, and I didn't know all this about Orson Scott Card because I picked
didn't
up
either.
a copy of one of his books, started reading it, and was bored to death. So I just didn't go back.
It's kind
you
of
know?
you have high fantasy, your Tolkien type fantasy that it's kind of a heady read.
Yeah.
Orson Scott Card is kind of high sci-fi.
Yeah,
It's-
that's
it's-
probably why.
It's very
it's a
wordy.
little slow. It's very wordy.
It's like when Heinlein, in one of Heinlein's books, he decided 6 pages in that he was going to do a 12-page explanation of the mathematics behind time travel.
Exactly.
And you're just like, and he even says in the paragraph right before it, he says, if you're not mathematically inclined, you might want to skip to page such and such because this is going to be a little much.
Well, I'm glad he gave me the heads up.
So just remember, if you buy an Orson Scott Card book, you're supporting bigotry.
So really, what you
Wow.
should do is go check it out from a public library. That way,
very passionate about this.
Tony, we still run the disclaimer at the beginning.
Absolutely, we
Okay,
do.
I'm just
I
wanted to
might
make
have
sure.
to do another one.
well,
though.
speaking of disclaimers, I'm really enjoying the new disclaimer on your morning show.
Oh yeah, we added
The
to
mature
it.
audiences.
Yeah.
Yeah, we added.
I mean,
to
it's
that.
not like you didn't already have a really, really mouthful.
Well, we just got to make it.
If you can hear those
absolutely
sounds
clear.
on the podcast, it's not one of us. It's the dogs.
Artie.
Most people are gonna be like,
Radio
"What?"
from Hell is not fit for human listeners.
A guy that doesn't write so heady is Stephen King.
Oh, sure.
He just writes.
He just
big.
changes the animal and the.
He makes evil
A
cars.
lot of posts.
Instead of an evil dog, it's an evil car. Let's go.
Now, The Stand was made into a TV
A not good
miniseries.
TV miniseries.
Yeah, very
Back
long
in-
one.
Back
Which you
in
can see about every other weekend on Sci-Fi.
Hey, Shannon, remember the house we lived in on Fifth East?
Yeah.
You know, the house right across the street was used for one of the settings in
did not
the
know
Stand
that.
TV series.
See,
I did not know that.
the two big disappointments of the miniseries were the ending, didn't you think? I thought it.
Well, it's kind of the
like a lot
disappointment
of
for most Stephen King
things,
stuff. It's a
the-
900-page, great 900-page
Yeah.
ramp up to a terrible ending.
But the other
so
thing
you
that
mean
I
when
thought
the giant clown turns into or the evil clown
Yes.
turns into a giant spider?
the Gilligan's Island spider. Yes, the other disappointment to me was that, of course, the devil lived in Las Vegas, and they shot where the good people lived, but they shot it here, but they called it Boulder, Colorado.
Yeah.
And I think that it should have been Salt Lake versus Las Vegas.
The interesting thing with The Stand is that the book is really good, and it has a very, very
The
satisfying
comic
Does it?
that Marvel's been putting out is awesome.
and
Marvel
and the
is-
comic is great.
They've
yes.
done an adaptation. He released it in '78 and re-released it in 1990, and he added and revised parts of the
He
story.
did.
I didn't know that.
What they did in 1990 was in the 70s when he released it, the publisher said this book's too long. We don't want to pay to have it printed in that
Right.
many pages, and so he had to hack out like 300 pages.
Oh,
And
okay.
then in the 90s, he had enough money that he just got it published himself
And by the time he republished,
and put in all of the stuff that he cut out.
and by the time he republished, he was saying that he was going to update some of it to make it a little more contemporary, and then he
Yeah.
decided to leave it alone because the entire Stephen King multiverse
Yeah.
is all these parallel realities that are tied together through the Dark Tower
Dark
on these
Tower.
beams of
Yeah,
reality.
exactly.
And so the Stand takes place in one of those realities that actually kind of over encompasses most of them. But
Yeah.
Warner Brothers and CBS Films they're doing it. They're going to make a movie.
well, King's
But
hot
they're,
again.
they're talking about like 3 movies.
They're going to need
They'd
to
have
do
to.
would
yeah.
at
three.
least 2.
Yeah.
How
and-
long was the miniseries? I'm thinking it
The
was like
miniseries was 8 hours long.
It was
Yeah.
it was too long because it was too slow. There's so much going on in The Stand. I mean, you could make a 3 movies just about the Dark Man and really.
Well, I
go
just
to
remember
town.
when they did the press conference for that, during my little press tour things, and I asked all the questions because I was the only one who made
Actually
a point
read
to
it.
watch the whole thing before the. Well, I knew they filmed it here, so.
Now, if they're smart, they will cast because the Dark Man from the Dark Tower books
It's the same character.
is Roland Flagg from, and he's actually kind of the villain in most Stephen King stories. I mean, if you Hearts in Atlantis, great book, terrible movie, actually has a lot of sci-fi elements
So he's
in the
the
book.
car in.
He's not he's probably the one that put the soul in it though.
Yeah.
He's
dick.
He can jump from universe to universe. And he
yeah,
just kind of does what he wants.
he's the jester in the eyes of the dragon. He's
He abused Cujo.
he's actually the wizard in the Wizard of Oz.
He is
In the Dark Tower books, they actually go to Oz
What's
at one
his
point.
name?
He's
Yeah.
Randall Flagg or the Dark Man.
Isn't that dumb CIA guy in MASH?
Colonel Flagg. You're right.
Colonel Flagg?
He jumped into that universe as well.
I
But
couldn't
when
count
they-
on Scott Pierce to pull a MASH reference.
When they did the
Pull the
stand,
Bash reference out of his ass.
when they did the Stand miniseries, though, you take Randall Flagg, who, as written, is he wears the denim jacket with the smiley face pin
and the
on
worn
it,
down boots.
and the worn down boots, and you're thinking, okay, this guy's kind of like an evil badass that wanders around doing terrible. And what they do is they get this kind of cheesy looking mullet dude,
Yeah.
who doesn't radiate any menace at all, and so yeah, you got to be careful with that casting.
Casting as far as in the TV series, it was Gary Sinise was the hero.
Yeah, he was the protagonist.
Wasn't it
And
Jamie Sheridan or something?
and Corky Nemec was in it.
Here's who Stephen King thinks should play the Gary Sinise role. What's the character's name? Oh well, doesn't matter. He would like to see Jake Gyllenhaal.
He'd be good.
He could do it.
I'm the name of the character is on the tip of my tongue. It's gonna.
I know. I'm gonna wiki it right
Don't
now.
worry, you'll find
He's
it.
going to wiki it.
So yeah, that's
I
happening.
made it a verb.
Let the wiki win.
Excuse me. It could be good. It just they need to be careful with it because they get real cheesy with Stephen King properties. They don't know where to take it. So.
Let's see.
Wolverine.
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 Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman wants to be Hugh Jackman.
He better
for
stay away
What?
from.
the
know.
Wolverine.
He needs to stay away from Oprah sets if he's going to survive long enough.
I'm
to
reading
make
good
Wolverine.
things
Have you
about.
seen that video?
Yes.
When he slides down that zip line and just eats it
Cranks
right,
his
right
Great.
into
Damn.
It kind of sucks when you get beat up by Oprah.
I give him some props for doing the stunt himself, but Jesus.
It was
Now, this
Stuart
is-
Redman was the stands.
Thank
Stu Redman.
Now this is kind of cool because Darren Aronofsky is doing the movie The Wolverine.
Yeah, and I'm reading really cool stuff about it.
Here's and this is the things that Aronofsky pointed out. He says, Wolverine in all the other movies where you are Wolverine, you're too tall.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He says you are too tall.
He's supposed to be like 5'4".
Wolverine is a little guy.
Yep.
So here's what I want you to do.
Crouch.
I want you to. I want you to act shorter on the day. If you. All right.
It's Mr. Dorf Wolverine.
Here's what.
All of the villains will be on crates.
Here's what Hugh Jackman said. He said, I don't know how much I want to give away, but Darren said with the last film, hey, you look great, but you're too tall. In those long shots, you look kind of like Clint Eastwood, and that's not Wolverine. He said, Wolverine in the comics, powerful, stocky. He's short and thick.
They call him Runt.
He says,
Exactly, all the
and he
time.
says, I want you to go there. Use your power of acting and get bigger. So he's bulking up. He is thick and chunky. He says, think of Mike Tyson when I shoot the scenes.
Some ghastly
Well,
tattoo on his
How
face.
much-
Tattooed
much-
face and ear mouth.
How
He
much
need-
weight did they want him to gain for this next one? Was it like 30 pounds?
Yeah.
He needs a buffet trainer. So, Hugh Jackman, if you're listening to the show, come to Salt Lake. I will be your personal buffet
will-
trainer.
Yes.
I will teach you how to eat like a fat fucker, and then you can lift weights afterwards.
Yeah, you can't push away
I
from.
think clearly there are.
And my
people
wife
on the
says you
panel
could stay at
more
our house.
qualified for that than
Yeah.
you.
I agree.
Dude, have you seen me at a buffet? I could seriously,
Yeah, there are people on this
I
panel
could
more
seriously go
qualified.
Sally Struthers on any
The
buffet.
cashier just goes, God damn it.
I just remember the Mongolian barbecue.
Yeah, I used to make
Barbecued Mongolian.
Yeah, whole Mongolian. We don't like them either.
I think this Wolverine movie is gonna be awesome.
He says here, so he's going for a bulldog look.
Cool.
So he says, that's what I'm going for, and if I have a massive heart attack first, well, then tell everyone that's what I was just trying to do.
I'm eating 52 hamburgers a day.
or
How tall is Hugh Jackman in
6'2",
reality?
6'3".
6'2"?
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
gonna
he
need
is
to-
not.
Yeah.
He's
Tall
going to need to
dude.
bulk up like crazy if he wants to look short.
Well, and then they'll just shoot him in different angles.
What's going to be fun? They're going to use the same little people they used for the Lord of the Rings movies
Nope.
to stand in for them.
I have a body double suggestion for Wolverine. Jason Alexander. Short but powerful.
he looks like Wolverine.
And I think it's cool. So, and this one's all based in Japan.
Yeah.
It's the Frank Miller and
Chris Claremont.
Chris Claremont
miniseries.
one.
And it's going to be weird
Yeah,
because
it's Aronofsky. How could it not
yeah.
be good?
the
Can
Wolverine.
you wanted to know what happened on press tour? I believe a record was set
Yes.
because Queen Oprah was there, and she gave a single answer to a single question that lasted, I've forgotten, 18 minutes and some odd seconds.
What?
Well,
An 18-minute, and I kid you not, on this thing before, we have had every big star you can imagine. We've had a former president of the United States. We have had a British prince. There was more security there for Queen Oprah than anyone ever.
Well, she is a national treasure.
And I was chatting with Susie Orman, and she came over and interrupted that bitch.
Wait, you got interrupted by Oprah?
Oprah interrupted
Oprah
my
interrupted?
conversation with Susie Orman.
with Susie Orman.
Yeah.
Were you getting financial advice from
I was
her?
trying.
Or are you trying to go get nowhere to go get buy blazers?
So back to Wolverine.
Yeah.
It's going to be the Japanese story arc that Chris Claremont, or no, it was Frank Miller did the Japanese story arc, didn't he?
No, he
Chris
did the
Claremont
art,
wrote
but
it.
Chris
and
Claremont
Chris Claremont wrote it, and Frank Miller did the story arc. But the anime series that's going to be on Spike is kind of doing the same story arc, if I'm understanding
There's
right.
going to be a Wolverine anime series?
Yeah,
on
You don't know about the anime series?
From
Oh.
there's Marvel Anime.
Marvel Anime. It's going to
Yep.
be Madhouse Animation, the people behind I believe Cowboy Bebop, and some really really good anime that's been out in the last 12 years. They're starting with Iron Man. It's going to be set in Japan,
Iron Man?
but with the American Tony Stark fighting the Mandarin. And then it's going into an X-Men series, and then tied into a Blade series, and then that leads to the final one will be
We have
Wolverine.
high hopes because everything on Spike is so good.
No, but they
When
do.
does this start?
There's some stuff out online where you could actually do an anime Iron Man and see some of the demo animation they've done for that and for Wolverine,
Search
and it all looks
Pamela
phenomenal.
Anderson going to be in it?
No, but it's who's the writer behind that again?
Oh, it's someone.
Is it
you know.
Ellis? It's Warren Ellis.
It's
Yes.
It is Warren
Yes,
Ellis.
Warren Ellis.
He's the guy in charge, and
love Warren
Madhouse is
Yeah.
doing the animation, so it's going to be really
Yes.
good stuff.
Warren Ellis, the crazy Brit who writes for comics, who doesn't believe that magical wizards live in his beard.
Well, if you had a beard like that, you'd pretty much know that wizards lived in it.
All right, and let's see. We told you that we were the first to tell you that Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter was being made into a movie.
Because we wrote it.
And they have cast their Vampire Hunter. Let's see.
So does that mean they've cast Abraham Lincoln?
Timur's making the movie.
Yeah.
Timur
Bekmambetov.
Bekmambetov,
Yeah.
the guy from my
Wanted.
favorite vampire movies ever,
Oh, yeah.
Night Watch and Day Watch.
Wanted's
Let's see.
badass, too.
And I cut off the name of the actor. Oh, Benjamin Walker. There we go.
Texas Ranger.
Who?
Benjamin Walker. He's been in Flags of Our Fathers and Kinsey, and yeah. So there you go.
I have no idea who he is. Do you know who he is, Jeff?
No.
Speaking of
And I saw those movies, and I don't know who he
I
is.
saw his movies and I don't know who he is.
Speaking of Walker, Texas Ranger,
Yes.
did anybody happen to catch that new Chris Elliott thing that was on the other night on Cartoon Network?
It's called Eagle Heart.
Eagle Heart.
I haven't watched it yet.
Eagle Heart at
holy
Conan O'Brien's
shit.
production company.
If you are a Chris Elliott fan,
Is it
And who
funny?
isn't?
It looks funny.
it's really, really, really fun.
Is it?
Yeah.
nice.
I just saw the clip where he was shooting at the car that drove away, and he kept shooting even after the car went around the corner.
Yeah.
And he shot and shot and shot and shot and shot and shot.
It's Chris Elliott, and it's just.
I still
it's
have a
funny.
tape with Get a Life episodes on it.
Do you remember the one?
Wallet
What
Boy.
was the name of his baby? Spewy?
Spewy, the
Spewy
alien
the
baby.
alien.
The alien baby that they ate at the end?
Yes.
Get a Life was good.
Wallet Boy.
Get a Life was horrible.
I'd
Wow,
feel
Get
more
a Life was
guilt.
hilarious.
I'd
I
feel
like
more
Cabin
guilty
Boy.
if he wasn't
Horrible.
so delicious.
Scott, I would have to tell you that when we were watching Get a Life, we were really high all the
that
time.
might
we
be
were.
that would be the
That's
way to
true.
watch it because man, that sucked.
there
was
was
And I like Chris Elliott.
that was the period in our lives when we would go to Arby's with $50 and just said fill up the car, and then go watch Get a Life.
The only part of Cabin Boy that I enjoyed was David Letterman with the monkey.
You want a
you want
monkey?
You want to buy a monkey?
Hey, Susie, where are you going?
Let's see. Lock and Key,
Yeah.
the TV adaptation of the comic book you love. Nick Stahl.
Oh, from
John Connor.
Yeah.
and from Carnival.
He will play Duncan Locke,
Oh, cool.
the younger brother
That's
of.
good.
You know what?
I like him.
You know what? This is just
But that's the oldest brother, right?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I know how to get Mandalabra made now.
How?
I just need to make a comic book of it.
There you go.
Absolutely.
it's a comic book. Let's make a show.
Buy it.
Let's see. Oh, I've got a whole.
Maybe you could make a little Grimly and then do like stop action.
motion. Yeah, it could be like salad fingers. You know, everybody loves salad fingers.
I've got a whole list of TV stuff here that I'll bet Mr. Pierce can. Here we go. Can't get enough supernatural crime dramas
No.
for the coming year. Let's see. So NBC has just ordered Grimm.
Grim.
What do you know about this?
With
Mr.
two
Pierce?
M's?
Yes.
It's on NBC, so it'll suck.
I think if they added my name to it, then it would be a show.
Suck
I'd
worse.
watch.
Okay. Here's the plot.
It would suck better. Shut up.
It's a dark
it would suck for a long time.
a dark but fantastical cop drama about a
Because C-3PO's getting.
The
Buggers.
dogs are kind of banging into him.
Take it to him.
Sorry, go.
Oh dear.
Grim.
Grimm. It's a cop drama in a world in which characters inspired by Grimm's fairy tales exist.
Fables.
Yes.
That's what I was just thinking.
So, like, does that mean Hansel and Gretel are in trouble for killing the witch? That was
They're
my first question.
pedophiles.
I guess. Now, this comes shortly after Ronald Moore's 17th Precinct,
Right.
which is an adult Harry Potter.
By adult,
Oh,
they mean
good.
adult movie Harry Potter.
But it's Ron Moore. See that I have the opposite reaction that I do to Brandon Braga.
Well, it's a show about cops working a town where people have magical powers.
yeah.
Oh,
So it's like Powers.
magic cops.
Yeah.
Or what's that? Top 10.
Yeah.
Now I've got another show,
Okay.
Magical Law,
Oh,
and order.
on Fox.
yes.
So it's
B12.
Wolf and Bird Supernatural Lawyers.
Yes.
okay.
Wow, all of these are ripped off of comic book properties.
They are.
All of them.
It's about cops and lawyers dealing with supernatural beings. NBC has zombies versus vampires.
What's that about?
But the one thing about anything that NBC announced, all this stuff was announced before Comcast took over. So I until I see that Comcast has said the order is good, I won't believe that any of it's going to go anywhere.
And this is it's a movie about cops and lawyers dealing with supernatural beings. You can go out that way. Go out that way. Shannon's got to leave.
Yeah, just.
Tell you what, we'll just take
One moment,
let's
my
take a
face is
break.
falling.
Let's take a break. All right. After these messages, we'll be right back.